Hello guys, hope you all are doing well. So in today's session, we will discuss about site-to-site VPN between two Palo Alto firewalls. Okay, so basically, as you can see from the screen, um, we have we have these two Palo Alto firewall connected by a router, right? Then on the egress side of the firewall, 1.1.1 is the IP configured, and on the peer side, it's 2.2.2.1. And the LAN side of the firewall is configured as 192.168.10.1, and then we have one host configured with 192.168.10.100. Similarly, 20.1 is there on peer side and 20.100 is on the peer side LAN network. So our ultimate goal is to set up IPsec between these two guys, right? And have a secure communication from 192.168.10.100 to 20.100. Okay, so let's get into the lab now. So let me log into Firewall. Okay, so this is basically our lab. So first starting with the configuration for IPsec, always make sure that you have IP connectivity between the peers, like from 1.1 to 2.2.2.1, you have a connectivity. Okay, so once that's verified, what we can do is let's start with the configuration. So first thing that we need to do is configure the crypto parameters. So first one that we will configure is IKE Crypto. So for that, go to Network tab. Under Network Profile, there is IKE Crypto. By default, we see these three guys defaults. These three are default there, but we will create one new one. We'll say IPsec 1. Encryption will select AES 256 CBC. Authentication will select SHA-256, decimal group 5, and lifetime, let's say 8 hours. Okay, so this is the IPSEC crypto profile that we need to create first. Similarly, we have to create a IKE crypto profile. We'll name it as IK1. The Swellman group 5 for that one. Authentication we'll use here is SHA-256 and encryption is AES-256 CBC. Key lifetime is 8 hours by default. So that's fine. We'll not change that. Okay. Next piece of config that we need to do here is we need to configure IKE Gateway. Oh, wait on. Looks like I do already have one here. So let's see what it is. To side B, local IP1 peer. Yeah. So I do already have configured this. So what we need to mention is local IP is of course our egress IP and peer is 2.2.2.1 and one pre-shared key that you have to mention there. Then you have to go to advanced option, and under advanced option you have to select the exchange mode. So it depends on which mode you want to uh, get configured. So for this lab we will do with the main mode, and under here for IKE crypto we'll select the IKE crypto profile that we have configured. Okay, so that's the configuration done for IKE crypto. Then last piece of config that we need to do is configure, let me delete this guy, configure IPSEC crypto, right? So before configuring IPSEC crypto, we need to go ahead and configure one tunnel IP. So in this case, as I have already configured here, oh, it's already got, okay, fine. So we have to configure one tunnel IP. In this case, I do already have, it's 192.168.1.1, right? So what we have to do is go to IPsec tunnel and let's create IPsec tunnel, right? So tunnel interface that we have is tunnel 1, and IKE gateway, we have to select that we have created earlier. After that, there is IPsec crypto profile which we created IPsec 1, right? So in this column proxy ID, we don't need to mention anything because as this is IPsec VPN between Palo Alto to Palo Alto, we don't need to mention any proxy IDs here. Okay, so with that done, next piece of config that we have to do is under virtual router for the peer side subnet address, right, which is in our case 192.168.20.100. Okay, so for that we need to give one static route pointing towards tunnel. So in this case 192.168.20.0 so we'll give 192.168.20.0/24. We have to point this towards the tunnel interface. So it's this one, tunnel interface, right? So what we have did is for the IP towards the interesting traffic of peer side, we have pointed towards the tunnel. Okay. Once that's done, we have to deal with the security policy. So the first security policy that we will create is to allow IKE and IPsec, right? So what that will say is from the source zone of the outside. So basically this is our outside zone. This one is our outside zone, and for this firewall, this one is, this guy is outside zone. So we'll give the name there outside zone, right? From the source address of, like in our case it's 1.1.1.1, right? It's going to destination zone of outside only and destination address of 2.2.2.1. Okay, now under application here we have to mention here allow IKE and IPsec. Okay, so these two applications we need to allow here. Under service, let's keep it application default and action of allow. So basically to understand this, what we need to do is between the peer IPs we need to allow IKE and IPsec. Okay, so that's the security policy to allow IKE and IPsec between these two peer. Next security policy we need to create is allow interesting traffic, right? So what we will say in that case is our interesting traffic lies in inside zone, which is like LAN address. Source address we will give here is 192.168.10/24, and it destination side, it goes into the LAN side again, and it is 192.168.20.0/24. So for application default, we'll keep any, and service also any. So basically, this rule say is what applications you want to allow between the LAN side network. We have to allow that. So this security rule serves that purpose. You know. So once that's done, let's push the commit. Okay. So once let the commit go on there. In the meantime, let's configure the other side of the firewall. So again, we have to start with the IPSEC crypto. AES 256 CBC. Authentication is SHA and it's group 5. Okay. For IKE Crypto, we have to use the Hellman group 5. Authentication is SHA-256 and encryption is AES 256 CBC. Then for IKE Gateway, yeah, let me delete this one and we'll create a new. Mm, okay, that's fine. Let's use this one only. So for IKE Gateway, I have already created this one. It says like Ethernet interface, it's using egress 1 and peer IPs 1.1.1.1. Okay. So for the advanced option, again, we have to do the exchange mode as a main mode, and profile we have to select as IKE1. Okay. So that's the piece that we need to take care of. Once that's done, we have to create the tunnel interface with the IP address of 192.168.1.2. It is created, right? After tunnel interface is created, we have to go to create IPSEC tunnel to site 1. This is the IKE gateway and IPSEC crypto. We have to select IPSEC 1. Okay. So once this is done, next thing we have to take care of is a routing piece. So here for let's let's delete this guy, and our 192.168.10.0 is peer side LAN network. Interface we have to select tunnel 1 and it's going to be none. Okay, so this takes care of the routing part. Now we have to deal with the security policy. So first one will create the IPsec security policy. It says from outside source address of this is 2.2.2.1, right? Going to destination zone of out with destination address of 1.1.1.1 with application IKE and IPsec allowed. Application default is this one and allow. So this takes care of allowing IPsec. Then this one is for interesting traffic. So what we will say is this will come from LAN side with 192.168.20.0/24, and it will go towards LAN site zone only with destination IP address of 10.0/24. Okay, with all applications allowed. So with this being done, let me push commit. Okay, so let's wait for this guy to complete the commit. Right now, we can see here that the tunnel is down, right? Let's do one thing. Let's initiate the traffic from site A. So command to do that is test VPN IKE Gateway, and our gateway name is to site B. So we have initiated this IKE. Okay, commit is completed here. Now let's see the status. Yeah, so we can see that the phase one has came up now, right? So similarly, what we can do is we can similarly initiate the traffic for phase 2, that is test VPN IPSEC tunnel to site B, and press enter. So once you do that, you can see that the tunnel is up. Now let's do one thing. Now let's initiate the traffic from 192.168.10.100 towards 20.100. Okay, now we can see that the ping is successful. So basically that says to us that the traffic was getting encrypted correctly and was going through. So let's verify that. So for that, to verify that, you have to go to this IPsec tunnel tab, click on the tunnel info. In here, you see that the packet encrypted is 5 and packet decrypted is also 5. So that says to us that this IPsec tunnel has configured correctly and it's working fine. By clicking on this IKE info, you can see details of what configuration parameters we have used. In this case, it is our PSK, pre-shared key, then Decimalman Group 5, AES, and SHA-256. That's what these say. And the role is initiator. It means that this guy has initiated the traffic for VPN tunnels. That's the reason it says initiator. Okay, so that's the lab for setting up a basic IPsec tunnel between Palo Altos. So to quickly recap, so first what we need to do first what we need to do is first make sure that you have a connectivity between the peer. So you can test that using ping as a start and make sure, like, you have connectivity. So once the connectivity is confirmed, we can start with creating IKE crypto. After IKE crypto parameters is set, we need to set IPsec crypto followed by IKE gateway, and in the end tunnel interface. sorry, in the end, IPSEC tunnel. So before creating this IPSEC tunnel, we have to create one tunnel interface here. uh, Give it IP address and zone. Okay, so once this tunnel interface, IP address and zone is assigned, create IPsec tunnel, right? Next step is to create one static route and point it towards the tunnel interface. Okay, in a sense, like for the what this say is for the peer side network, route it to tunnel interface. That's what the meaning of this one, you know. Then once we are done with this routing part, what we have to do is create a security policy to allow IKE and IPsec. And once IPsec this is the security policy mentioning which specific traffic we want to allow between these two sites. So this is how, like, it these are like around 7 to 8 steps that we need to take care of to build this IPsec tunnel between the Palo Alto firewalls. Okay guys, thank you for watching my videos. If you like my videos, please do subscribe and share. It gives me motivation to create more videos. Thanks for your time. You have a good day. Bye.